So I'm a filmmaker, and I always love to ask this question. If you guys could have your music a part of any film, which would it be?
I think Whiteout would fit well in like a Tarantino action sequence with blood spewing everywhere. One of the end scenes in Django Unchained when he goes back to his master's house and just starts shooting people in the scene. Yeah, why not?
That would fit.
Welcome to the Spencer Whiteout podcast. Rated R.
Criminal charges, bro. Guess like we're avoiding the shark. Call it leather fetish.
No, today Turbo Neck Day.
I'll give you a kiss. You give me your number. That checked out a ton, dude. Tell me you felt.
We're Americans. We're the ones that are descendants from the 1776 musket-bearing motherfuckers.
Welcome to the Spencer Whiteout podcast, where we collect experiences as badges, memories as treasures, and stories as wealth. In today's episode, I interview Jacob and Joaquin of the Swedish nu-metalcore band Whiteout. We talk all about their formation, writing process, live shows, favorite lyrics, music videos, working with Buster, their discography, and we also discuss a track-by-track of their debut album, Violent Playground. Let's dive in.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm Jacob. I play bass in Whiteout. Thanks for having us.
And I'm Joaquin, and I play drums.
Right on. Stoked to have you guys on. So I interviewed some of your peers, also from Sweden. I had on Silver Lake Murder, Grayscale Season, and Alt, and all of them had really great things to say about you guys, glowing praise. So I've been following your work for a while, and I'm glad we're finally doing this.
Amazing. Glad to hear. I mean, yeah, we met all those bands, and we played with some of them, or all of them, I think.
Yeah, pretty much all of them. They're good guys as well.
Which one's your favorite?
Oh shit, putting us on the spot right there.
Right off the bat.
Yeah.
I'd say the
Classified.
Yeah, right on. Talk to me about your band's history, how you guys came together. You guys are relatively new on the scene. It's been the same four members the last few years. So talk about how you guys came together.
Well, I think I started the band like late 2018, early 2019 with two other guys. And then we found you, Jacob, on this website called Band something.
Band Finder?
Band Finder, yeah.
Yeah, good
really
name.
Weird, yeah. We had a cup of coffee and then he was like, yeah, well, I like the bands you're into. It was like Spite and Burials and stuff. And we were like, yeah, we want to do this new metalcore thing, kind of. And then we found Hampus from there. He played in a punk band, local punk band from here. So we went to a show and he was kind of okay, I would say.
Yeah.
He wore a Knocked Loose t-shirt and we was like, yeah, he's the guy, probably. From there on out, we kind of dropped the two guitar players that were in the band at that time. And then we sort of tried out with another one. And then we had some shows coming up. And we really needed a guitarist because we didn't have one at the time. It just didn't work out with the ones that we've like tried out with. So Hampus luckily was friends with Alfred from this punk band that I talked about. And he sort of played two shows with us, I think. And from there on out, he got into the band fully, and the rest is history, I think.
Well, it's a very different style than punk music. So how was that transition for Alfred?
I mean, I would say he's more of a like blues type of player. He listens to a lot of funk and jazz and like blues. So for him to get into the like metal, just chug as hard as you can in double drop C was a bit weird for him at the beginning. But I mean, he loves it as well, so it was pretty easy for him, I think.
Yeah, and I think it's a strength as well that I can have weeks where I go and don't listen to any metal.
We don't even listen to metal that much, like if we compare it to other genres of music. Then I think metal is like the music we listen to the least, I would say.
Yeah. And then you have some periods that
Yeah,
you're
of
like,
course.
okay, now I really want to have some heavy shit.
Yeah.
Put on some machine.
And you always stay updated with the scene and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys got friends that are always releasing stuff and probably sending you stuff.
Exactly.
I'm just laughing because every band that I interview says the same thing. They say, we don't really listen to that much metal. It's become such a cliche at this point.
Yeah.
It gets a bit too much, I think. I mean, it's kind of nice having the business part of metal where you can like put your heart into it instead of like having it all the time, you know?
Yeah, that's true. All right, guys. Well, let's talk about your writing inspiration. How do you guys write? What's your process? Tell us about that.
Opening up the project and then kind of writing down whatever feels right, or like trying to record whatever I recorded on like a voice memo at work or something.
I don't know. I don't think we have like, this is our writing process and this is how we're gonna do it.
No, it's very different from song to song.
Yeah, but I think we've started for the album Violent Playground. I mean, the process was very us in a room, the same room, writing stuff together. We've tried at least to be more together and write stuff together and exchange ideas and stuff in the same room.
But it could also come from like a demo that I've written, or maybe Alfred has done something as well, like half a song, for instance, and then we kind of just finish it together. And sometimes we even try to write vocals or like do some half-ass screamy stuff just to get a feeling for the rhythm. So yeah, it's very different, I would say, from song to song.
And how do you guys come up with the lyrics? Who writes most of those?
Hampus definitely writes the majority. I would say like 95% of all the lyrics.
Yeah.
And then we can help out with flows maybe, or change like tiny things when we're recording vocals.
Yeah, rhythmic stuff mostly,
Yeah.
I would say.
It's hard, I mean, to write flows and lyrics, and a very important part, or I believe, in the music we make, which a lot of people think is ironic as you can't hear a word or whatever. And it is the most time-consuming thing
I would say so.
to write lyrics and make it match a specific flow that you want in the song. You know?
Right. And because Hampus is such a good vocalist, I love his style, but he has so many different styles that it's like, however you want to do it, it's like there's a lot of options when you're a versatile vocalist like him.
For sure.
He's also very, like, he comes up with new stuff all the time, I feel like.
And I believe we do as well. Like, we can stand by what he says in his lyrics.
Definitely.
It's not something we're unfamiliar with, what he's trying to communicate. So we can also relate to what he's writing.
Do you guys have a favorite lyric?
For me, I think I really like the song, or the lyrics in the song Wastage. That's about like trying to find your own path in a society that wants you to follow what everyone else is doing. And I think Wastage tries to, I mean, this is my interpretation. Hampus has written the lyrics, so I don't know what he has to say about it. But my interpretation is that it's trying to convey that same feeling of like, the society wants you to be a certain way. You should follow this path, do this. This is what you should desire and whatever. You can't really relate to that. Like, you wake up and you feel like that's not what I want to do. You want to do something else. And that struggle.
That was nice.
Oh, that's good. And then, guys, tell me about your best and worst live show experiences.
Oh, we toured with Orbit Culture and we had this show in Finland. Alfred somehow dropped his in-ear pack in the toilet, like, I don't know, maybe an hour before we had to go out and play the show. Luckily, we got help, and
it was a stressful hour.
Yeah, worked out in the end, but it was like, it was the most stressful day ever.
He just fished it out of the toilet or what?
I think Affe fished it out of the toilet, and then we had like, it was a team effort. So Stefan was like an audio engineer for Orbit Culture, like their live mixer. So he pulled out his toolbox and like unscrewed the pack and tried to dry it and see like if anything was broken. And then also my wife took a scooter to our Airbnb that we stayed at to get like a blow dryer to be able to like blow it dry as good as possible.
And
so
keep in mind that like 1 hour or 40 minutes before the show, like it was hella stressful.
Yeah.
The number one question though is, was the toilet already flushed or not?
We haven't really discussed this.
Actually, nah.
Gotta ask him.
Gotta ask him. Yeah.
Gotta ask him. That's a good question.
I hope it was flushed.
Yeah, we hope.
That might just have to remain classified in the
Maybe.
vault.
Probably, yeah.
Well, what about best shows? What's been the most special, most memorable, best all around?
I mean, there's a lot of good memories from the tour with Orbit Culture, I think. I guess like our first night joining them at Pumpehuset in Copenhagen was a special feeling because it was our first time playing that big a show. I don't know, the cap there is like 800 and it was packed in there.
Yeah. Keep in mind, like we've only played to maybe 100 cap rooms before that.
And I think that was a crazy feeling. That feeling of going up on a big stage in front of a large crowd. That was kind of special.
Also, I would say the first headline gig we did like a month ago in our hometown, that was special as well.
And then do you guys have any favorite memories from tour or any good stories?
I think like the whole experience for us as friends that has been working hard together for a lot of years, spent a lot of time and effort together just to be able to join a big tour like the Orbit Culture tour together with you guys that also is very fresh. I haven't really done it before and just try to work it out together. I mean, that experience as a whole was a very special feeling for me, at least. Yeah, I think it's hard to pick like one thing.
Very nice. So guys, let's talk about balancing work life with growing the band and this passion project. How do you guys balance all that?
It's hard. I mean, you just gotta do it, and you gotta take chances and take the opportunities that you get with the band if you really want to do it, and then sort of go from there. I think really hard because you get to a point where you have to sacrifice a lot, and for it to work, you just, like I said, you have to do it and you have to commit to it.
Yeah, and I think it helps that the four of us, we're all equally invested in it. I think it would be harder if there was like an imbalance between us as well in how much effort and time and energy we want to put into the band. But we're all very invested in the same way. All
of us just want to get to this stage with the band where we can actually run it properly without maybe putting in like all the private money we own and also to be able to tour and stuff. I think we want it equally as much. And it's been a dream since I cannot remember how long. So yeah, we've also like talked a lot about it as well. Like we've sat down and talked about, let's do this seriously, let's like stick together. I know when one of the bassists before me decided to leave the band, I know the two of us and Hampus, we had a bit of a talk like in our rehearsal space then, and there was like, we really need to do this. We need to stick together. Let's not be a band that releases 2 songs and then like break up. We want to do this and we want to do it with you guys. I remember that moment that we had. I also think because we're kind of noticing that we can do something with this, you know? Like we're kind of getting to this stage where we all feel that if we don't take the chances we get, then that would be stupid. Because we put so much into it already, then it wouldn't make sense to not do it, you know?
Yeah, and opportunities are finally coming to you guys rather than having to bang down every single door. Obviously, there's still going to be a lot of that, but it's nice that you guys are getting some recognition.
No, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, it is hard. I mean, you have to work. We have our day jobs and then we have this. It's a lot of time and energy. And then, I mean, there's family, friends, and partners that also have to be, I guess, patient and like with us spending this much time, energy, and money into
for sure
our passion project.
We're like a little family.
definitely.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, let's talk about the Decolorized EP. This is about when I found you guys, when I started really following. I thought it was incredible.
Thank you.
And obviously working with Buster helps a lot. So talk about this release and what this did for you guys as a band.
But because I see that EP like a new era of Bitedown. That's when we try to do it the more proper way and not like be the local band that does some heavy stuff. And
We started to experiment more with like production stuff.
Buster he's good at what he does, and it was kind of a natural selection for us, like to try and work with him for mixing and mastering. He's also Swedish, like us, and it felt like the right move.
You guys get the Swedish discount.
Yeah, no, I guess. But
Well, he's in high demand. Like, he is one of the best producers, mixers in the scene. Love everything he touches. It turns to gold. So it's like, you get what you pay for, right? And so it's like, it makes sense to invest the money because this music's going to live forever. And so really do it right and see the results.
yeah, for sure. I mean, he knows how to make us sound massive and hard-hitting as hell.
And then you guys worked with my other favorite mix and master, Lance Prenc, for Life Sentence. It looks like you only worked with them one time and then it was back to Buster. So talk about that one-off single that you guys did.
It was nice working with someone else, but I think Buster was not available, or he had some like tours and stuff, and we really needed this single to release a certain period of time. So we sort of just tried to go another way, and we went for Lance, and he killed it as well, honestly.
Very nice guy, easy to work with, and I mean, amazing. I really like what he did on Life Sentence as well. But yeah, I guess like it was most like a stress for us, I think, that we felt that we really needed, like you said, to release something. There's this stress when you're trying to release music and stay relevant in the scene. I mean, trying to please everyone's attention span, that you want to try and be consistent in how often you release music. So it's more like an inner stress, I think, that we had at the time at least, and still can have as well, that we really needed to get something else to keep
Keep the momentum.
And also just to have new material for us as well, to play or challenge ourselves a bit.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Violent Playground, this new 9-track album. Where did you guys get the title inspiration?
I think it's mostly Hampus' idea or vision. Like, the playground is the world, I guess, and the world is violent. It's not a fun world we live in these days. And like in the album, the artwork for the album is like a fingerprint that is divided with a line. So he wanted to portray also the two sides of humanity, I would say, like the one part that's good and we're able to create beauty and do amazing stuff, but then there's this side of humanity that's also very evil and do some crazy ass shit. He wanted to put up a mirror to the world and not like take a stance, what is good, what is bad, but more like, this is the world, it is what it is kind of way.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, let's talk about a track by track. The first track is Self-Inflicted. I love how lightning fast this one is, and I love the crazy distortion that leads into that final slower breakdown.
Thank you.
I think it's the last track we wrote for the album, right?
Yes, it is. This track took forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had all the 8 songs written, recorded, everything, but this one took forever to get like finalized.
No, it was a very hard song to try and get out of us. I think we scrapped 3,
maybe
4 demos that we had, and then we finally landed in Self-Inflicted.
Yeah, track 2, Bury You. This one's more hip-hop inspired, catchy, another final slow breakdown.
But yeah, we experimented with some of like the funk stuff that is kind of going around nowadays. Pretty straightforward. It's a heavy banger.
One of my favorite tracks from the album.
Yeah, I'd
Definitely.
say it's my favorite as well.
And then number 3, Violent Playground, title track. This one's a bit more proggy. It has a cool kind of lo-fi rap section in the bridge of this track. What can you tell us about this one?
I think this one was, Affe came up with, or had the idea, or had a demo version of this that was kind of fleshed out.
It's also nice for Alfred to actually riff sometimes, and not just straight zeros and ones, you know?
Do some string skipping.
Yeah.
It's a fun song, and it's kind of different for us, I believe, that it has more of a string skippy riff.
Yeah.
It's not something we usually do.
Yeah, and then track number 4 features Orbit Culture. So how did that collab come about? Was that before or after the tour?
After the tour, we started to hang out because they're pretty close to us. They're good friends of ours now, and they also live like 40 minutes away from here. It would have been fun to have them on a track, and we sort of just talked to Nicholas about it, and then we arranged like a meeting and we had a few beers, maybe one too many, wrote the song and then recorded it, and yeah, it was a fun time.
And I like how the featured vocals are kind of all throughout the track. That makes it really fun. Feels like a team effort.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted Nicholas to actually be a part of the song more so than just have his own part for like 15 seconds and then it would be over. It felt more like organic to actually have him on pretty much the whole song. We kind of had some lyrics written down already, but then he rewrote them, and then we wrote even more in the studio. So yeah, it was a team effort, I would say.
Yeah, right on. And then track number 5, Dead Weight, also has a feature.
Horde or Hard. He's actually like a good friend of us in the band, specifically, I guess, Alfred or Hampus from the beginning. They've known each other for a long time since they were children, and they played in bands together as well. And I think he wanted to do something like rap, hip hop, or do something with that because he's good at it as well. And then we pushed him to do something with us, and I think it turned out really good.
Yeah, he crushed it.
Yeah,
it's a lot more of an electronic and hip hop influenced track.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
It was fun to experiment with those types of flows as well and make that part really stand out and be like a big part of the song as well.
We've gotten some comments, I think.
No, I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Actually, to get some hate. I mean, you know you're doing something right when people start hating you, I guess.
For sure. Well, I like the track, and I'd tell you if I didn't. I told Grayscale Season I didn't like one of their tracks, and he was like, hey, that's cool, man. Like, respect.
I mean,
I would say that's like my second favorite track of the album, I think.
Yeah, I mean, music isn't objectively good or bad. I mean, it is what it is. People will always hate.
Yeah.
Well, track number 6, more of a dark electronic interlude. This one's called Exit Out.
Yeah, I think we just, for this one, we always said we wanted to experiment with like production-based tracks. And I think, especially for Alfred, because he does a lot of the production stuff, it was nice to kind of have something that isn't actually like a metal song. Like we want to show that we are capable of doing more than just breakdowns. And
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of one of my other favorite bands, Dark Matter, because they do the same thing. It's like they're not afraid to put in some like longer electronic parts or just some interesting beats or just different things that give space to like the heavier moments. It balances it out really well.
Yeah, because I know I listened to Graphic Nature when they released their album.
Dude, they went back to back with 2 albums, and I interviewed them both times. Great guys.
I loved their music. It felt like a breather in the flow of the album when they also throw in like some more interlude-y, ambient, beady songs as well.
Yeah.
And I really like the feel of adding that to an album as well.
Definitely.
Really good stuff, especially with some of their drum and bass like interludes. It does just kind of add to the whole experience, and it makes you feel like the album kind of came from another time. Like it kind of adds some nostalgia to it, which is really cool. Track number 7, Wastage. I love the high screams at the end of this track. I feel like it's just so powerful, so hard hitting. Absolutely love it.
Glad to hear. Thank you. Yeah, Hampus
He's a
good.
beast.
That's what he does. I think it is my favorite song of the album as well. And I don't know why people don't listen to it.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
What is it with it?
I feel like it's one of the hookier songs of the album, but I don't know. Honestly, it's weird because I also like it. I thought it would have gotten a bit more.
Yeah.
I guess you can never know, right? Put it out into the internet, to the world, and then the audience, they decide, right?
I guess
True.
And then talk about track number 8, Bound to Nothing.
I think we all can agree, like in the band at least, that it's the most different song on the album, but it's a bit more vibey, I guess. I don't know how.
We also play it like we normally chug stuff. Like we're big on zeros and ones, like I said, but this is more open string song, also tuned down pretty low, but I guess we just try to not do what we usually do on the guitar. So yeah, that's just another like creative outlet me and Alfred tried to do when we wrote it.
Yeah. And then track number 9 is my favorite on the album. This one's called Say Something. It's super catchy, and at 2 minutes 12 seconds it switches up into like this crazy breakdown, high pitched notes glitching in and out. I feel like it's like such a wild track, and like I said, it's definitely my favorite on the album. So what is the story behind this track?
We wanted to have something maybe similar to Enoga that we released on the Decolorized EP, because the rhythmic section of the intro is it's so hooky, and it's like we all like it a lot. So I think Alfred had this demo and we all liked it. We started to work on it and it became what it became, basically. He also wrote this way too hard drum breakdown for me to play, which is the outro breakdown that you can hear. We managed to make it somewhat human, and now it's a bitch to play live, but it's very fun.
When you hear it and you're like, this sounds so good. Okay, now I got to learn how to play this because like it's so good. We can't let this go to waste.
It was a little too much in the beginning.
Machine gun style kick drum, just like going crazy. And like I said, when I first heard it, I was like shocked. I was like, holy crap, this is crazy. And what is the lyrical meaning and messaging behind this track?
It's sort of like me talking about anxiety and self-esteem and being like self-conscious about stuff. And it's a pretty dark lyrical song, I would say, but it also resolves into maybe something nice, because we say, if you wanna take your anxiety to the good or whatever, like change it into something good rather than just letting it eat you up or make you feel worse, more so. Then it's like, make a choice, change it into something good rather than just letting it eat you up. You don't want to live in anxiety and have it like control you. So instead you want to make it into something positive, or at least turn it into something that you can live with.
And then talk to me about working with Prime Collective. This is your label.
Yeah, they're mostly focused on management stuff, but then they also have some like label services as well. At first we hired them to do management for us, and then it felt like natural, I guess, to also let them distribute the album as well for us and help us out a bit with marketing and stuff like that. But it's been good, and I mean, we'll see in the future, like if we want to partner with them more or do more stuff with them or something like that. But for now, they're mostly acting as our management.
So talk to me about the music videos that you guys have done. These have also been directed by the vocalist. So how does that work? He's singing and screaming to the camera, but then he's also behind the camera simultaneously. How are you guys doing this?
We're very fortunate to have Hampus pursuing like a career in videography as well. I mean, it's amazing for our economies, able to be flexible about what we want to do, how we want to do it, when we want to do it. And then he gets help from Anna as well. So she's with us most of the times when we're shooting music videos. So she's holding the camera when Hampus is screaming, or like when we have band shots and stuff like that as well. Yeah.
Nice. And how does he come up with the concepts and the styles? And I think all the music videos that you guys have done so far have been really solid and a really cool aesthetic that just adds to your sound.
But I don't know, he always just makes them look rad.
The issue with music videos is always like, where are you going to shoot them? Do you know a warehouse somewhere? Or do you have a black box or something? So sometimes you have to be flexible and like, okay, where can we shoot a music video, and what does that mean for the music video, and what can we do?
Yeah.
And sometimes he has a very clear vision. I know for Say Something, he had a very clear vision on his own what he wanted to do.
Yep.
And we just ran with it.
And sometimes it goes the other way around. For this Paralyzed video, we didn't really have an idea. We were sort of just making a visualizer at first.
Yeah.
But then he just turned all the material into this music video instead, and he also did the like mouth thing in the end there by himself. So I don't know, he's very creative there as well.
So I'm a filmmaker, and I always love to ask this question. If you guys could have your music a part of any film, which would it be?
I think Whiteout would fit well in like a Tarantino action sequence with blood
Yeah.
spewing everywhere. One of the end scenes in Django Unchained, when he goes back to his master's house and just starts shooting people. Just put on some Say Something on there. I mean,
The end breakdown.
yeah, I mean, like the machine gun kick drum with some gunfire in the scene. Yeah, why not?
I would fit.
Okay, and then talk to me about any dream collaborations within music.
I would say there's this artist called Phase One. He's from Australia, I think, and he does all these collabs with Die Artist Murder and North Lane and stuff. And I think that for me would be a pretty cool collab to do. And it also doesn't feel so far away. Like it feels like we can do it someday. I hope it would be cool.
What about any upcoming plans or any band goals that you can share with us?
I mean, right now we're writing new material. We're starting up that process again, and but I mean, we're focused on trying to push Violent Playground as much as possible, trying to get out on the road as much as possible, play as many shows as we can, meet the crowd. That's what we want to do.
We have some cool stuff in the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will hopefully be announced pretty soon, at least.
Well, yeah, knowing you guys, you don't want to go too long without releasing something, right?
Yeah.
We'll see, yeah.
We like to try at
Sick,
least.
dude. I can't wait to hear whatever you guys have up next. Like I said, I love this album to death. I think it's so good. I haven't done a metal band interview for a while, and so when I saw you guys release this, I was like, I got to get back on it, dude. I've been focused on a lot of other personal friends and family podcast episodes, but I was like, I really want to get back to this and chat with you guys because I think it's that good of an album.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy that you reached out. I think we covered a lot.
Yeah. Thank you for having us. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun talking to you, and hard as well to like reflect on everything as well. But,
Dude, I brought the questions today.
yeah, but it's good to also be able to reflect sometime.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating/review. That helps me out a ton. 5 stars is a power play. Be sure to follow the show for more metalcore interviews and comedy episodes, and keep up with me on social medias at Spencer Whiteout to stay up to date. As always, stay tuned, stay hyped. That's a wrap.
And that's it.